I was at sex with my mom. One of these days, you're not going to own a single thing, and it's gonna be Sony's fault. Because they killed discs for the PlayStation. How do you feel about that? I'm not happy. Are you happy? I hope not. That sucks. I'm a big disc guy. I have a lot of them, you're gonna see that. But everyone's talking about this, I'm just gonna cut to the cold hard facts. A disc copy of a game, or a movie or anything, you own. A digital copy, you do not own. And what Sony has just done for PlayStation is they've announced they will be killing discs, which means that on your PlayStation, you will not be able to own anything. Now, was this a surprise? No, it wasn't. The writing was on the wall for quite a while. I thought they'd at least wait until the PS6, but no, they've gotten out of the way already. And I would love to stop this. I'd love to do whatever it takes to keep physical media going, keep ownership alive. But that's not gonna happen. A lot of people are upset about this, and you see lots of videos of people complaining about it. These get hundreds of thousands of views, but that's not enough. You need millions. And this is the thing, is that getting rid of discs is bad for us in almost every single way, and it is good for them in almost every single way. Let me tell you something, I would not be a gamer, not to the capacity that I am, if it wasn't for physical games. I'm not rolling in money, I never have been. I will someday, I'll give you some, trust me. Now, what was big for me was second-hand retail stores. I walked in, The Last of Us is one of the best video games of all time. It changed my life, and I paid £5 for it. BioShock is one of the greatest games of all time. I got it for £1.50. And the thing about that, about me buying those second-hand games, is Sony doesn't make any money off of it. Of course they don't. It's a physical copy. They sold it once, and now it belongs to someone else. That someone else could do whatever they wanted with it. They could sell it away to me for chump change. But without physical media, I have to go straight to Sony and I have to pay them 50, 60 fucking pounds for a version that I do not own. That can be changed at any time. This is another part that really bothers me, is that they can update your game. They can remove something, they can add something, and you cannot go back to the way the game was. With a disc, you can, because there's the default stuff printed on the disc. Whatever state they were shipped in is what's on the disc. They did this with the Grand Theft Auto trilogy. They put out these absolutely terrible remasters that made the games worse in pretty much every way. They removed things like songs from the playlist, and they used these shittier versions of the games to replace the older versions. You can't buy the better, older versions of GTA anymore. And because those older games have discs, that's not quite the death sentence, because you can go out and you can get a PlayStation 2 copy of San Andreas. But what if San Andreas never had a disc? It would be dead. It would be gone. You would never be able to get that again. And people say, oh, well, you know, discs aren't forever. They do have a lifespan. And that is true, about 20 years, obviously, depending how you treat it. But Spec Ops The Line, a critical darling, cult classic, they removed that from online stores January 2024, I think. And that game came out in 2012. That's 10 years. A disc lost 20 years. They killed the game after 10. The one argument where I could say, okay, maybe no more physical is a good thing, is like in terms of landfill. Because you know, these shitty plastic cases, no one's holding onto their copy of FIFA 2016, alright? That is ending up in a dump, and it is turning into microplastics, and that is getting into my balls somehow. Did you know that? There's microplastics in your balls. I don't even know what to do with that information. I think that means that if I have a kid, there's a not 0% chance it's just a Lego. It's just a little Lego man. But that's the thing. They aren't stopping physical, like, cases. You could walk into a store and you could buy a physical copy of a game. There's just not a disc inside. There's a code. A one-time code, right? So as soon as you've opened up that case, used that code, the case is useless. It serves no purpose anymore because it doesn't have a disc to protect. So this is actually going to put more plastic in landfill because you don't need the case once you've bought it. You know, you say vote with your wallet, and I plan to, absolutely. Next PlayStation is going to be my last. I am getting the next PlayStation. I don't have a PS5 yet, so when I do, I'm not getting the PS6. That's what I mean. I mean, we did vote with our wallets. And we chose digital. Now, obviously, no one was buying a digital game and thinking, yeah, fuck ownership. I own digital stuff, of course I do. If it's not on a disc, or if the disc is just laughably more expensive, then I get the digital. Obviously, some people are care a lot more about this than others. I'm one of them, you're probably also one of them. But, you know, the Call of Duty crowd, the FIFA players, you know, like the heavy hitters, the people that really make the money, they don't give a fuck. They don't care if they don't really own the game. They're gonna be buying next year's installment anyway, which we all know is practically the same game. That's Steelbook, though. Physical media is crucial. I think for the buyer, it is better for us in every single possible way. It's a little less convenient than digital, and that's why it's dying now. But I think we will know what we've lost once it's gone. Somewhat tragically, that is how that tends to work. I don't know, if there's one thing you can do to fight for ownership, physical media, I guess, just be vocal about it. Complain on Twitter, make a YouTube video. Because this is good for us. This is our thing. It's not as convenient as digital, but it has our backs. You know, I mean, it does. I'm trying to personify discs. It's good for us, okay? Hey, look, there are plenty more qualified people talking about this, so I'm just gonna give you my angle, alright? I was at Sex with My Mum, CEX, the British second-hand retail store. This was a few years ago. I'd just gotten my PlayStation 3. I don't know why we got in there, but it wasn't for me to peek at games. But that is what I was doing. I went straight up to the PS3 section. I was looking around. She did something else. She came up to me and she said, "Oh, anything look good?" I was kind of, you know, the world was my oyster back then. I hadn't played all the good stuff. I have now. It's really annoying. I pointed to Mirror's Edge and Uncharted 2 and I said, "I definitely heard those are good." And she was like, "Okay, I'll buy them for you." And she did. It wasn't a special occasion or anything. She just bought them for me. And I know it's silly, but these games are more important to me because of it. I mean, it definitely helps that they are two of the best games of all time. But there's a warmth to them. There's an added value because they aren't just two of the best games of all time. They're the games that my mum got for me. And obviously, that could not have happened without discs. We can't change the world. I'm not saying we will, I'm just saying, if you're not happy about this, be vocal about it, because that's the only thing you can really do right now, and I think this is worth fighting for.